tienes algo, algo muy especial. Si yo digo algo, ¿qué vas a contestar? Tu mano de tomar, tu mano de tomar. Cuando te toco siento algo sensual. Es imposible esconder lo que hay, lo que hay, lo que hay. Si tú tienes algo, algo muy especial, y yo siento algo, no puedo explicar. Tu mano de tomar, tu mano de tomar, tu mano de tomar.
Está el Beatles en español.
Hola.
Hola, everybody. Welcome to Inside Dr. Herman's Head here on Pocono 96.7 and 97.3. It must be Sunday night around 7 o'clock.
It is.
Because we're here, and it's another episode. My name is Dr. Jan Herman of the Herman Family Chiropractic Center in Strasburg, Pennsylvania. I'm here with my co-host, Greg Big Show Larson.
Hey.
Hey, Big Show, how does it feel to be one of the beautiful people?
It's great.
That's what ooh. They want, you give them, that's the thing about these Spanish Beatle
The
records.
Spanish Beatles.
You give them an inch, they take an inch punto uno.
They're spicy, man. They can't take it.
Oh, man. Well, anyway, welcome to Herman's, Inside Dr. Herman's Head. This is a call-in show. You're welcome to call the headline hotline at 570-420-9670. Tell us your opinions, your thoughts, your rants, your raves, your deepest desires. We're going to actually ask the people hold on to their calls till the second half of our show after 7:30.
7:30.
It comes a little bit. Going to try to experiment with that and see if it works out a little bit better for us.
Yeah, let's see what's up.
We are going to ask, though, if you do call, please turn your radio down in the background so it's easier to hear you, because we have a 7 or 8 second delay, and if you're speaking and your radio in the background's coming through and we're speaking, nobody's going to hear anybody, and we really want to hear what you have to say. Let's. You know what? I want to start by saying yesterday was
Okay.
the
Nice.
deadline.
Yeah, it was.
It was the deadline for the entries to be received for the first ever Inside Dr. Herman's Head
What do we get?
scavenger hunt. The winner was.
Well,
You know what? Don't we have a drum roll? We have Stinger.
come on, man. We got the rim shot.
Oh, wow, man! I want a drum roll.
Hold on a second. You know what? I have the thing they use in the. No, you know what? Even Gary doesn't have a drum roll.
Yeah, Gary's got to have.
He's probably got
roll.
one on his machine over here that we're not allowed to touch.
You don't think he has one?
I have his other Stinger pulled up, and we don't have a drum roll.
Are you sure?
I am.
Are you sure?
Yep.
All right.
You got that loop on?
All right, whatever. It's looped. Anyway, okay. The winner was
Yes. Who's
nobody.
Good job, guys.
Yeah, nobody.
Good job.
The Peanut
It was a
Gallery
good prize,
appreciates that.
too.
It was a great prize, and I'm not. You know what? I had a list of 50 items, and if one person would have sent me one
thing, you would have won.
They would have won.
Yeah.
So now I wish I had the. I know what I wish I had, because I don't have it pulled up, but here we go. This is for everybody who said that they were going to be sending us an entry.
Oh, screw you guys. I'm going home.
That's it. and I'm taking my my massage. The first prize, a 1 hour massage at the Zen Energy Spa, with me, and I'm going to enjoy that massage.
See, I would have done this one. You guys that didn't send anything in?
You suck, you jackass.
Okay, well, we're playing with that. Yeah, I mean, we told people, send in, whatever you can find. And there were people that I spoke to that said they can come up with at least 2 or 3 things on the list.
Yeah.
But you didn't,
Hey.
And, I was thinking one of the items was a bill from a doctor for less than $10.
Yeah.
If you would have sent a dollar bill with a doctor's name on it, that would have been a bill from a doctor for less than $10.
See, now you're getting crazy.
That's it. It would have fit the bill. No pun
know,
intended.
No one was thinking that.
That's all right. Hey, you know what? It's been a hard day's night.
It has been.
That's the way it's going to be.
Oh, my God. It's one of these. All right.
All right, let's jump into something.
Yeah, what's up?
Elvis.
I love the guy.
Elvis died.
Yes, he did. Well, hey.
But it didn't stop the Elvis production train.
No, nothing. I mean, that's why he still lives.
Tupac.
Oh, Tupac's
died.
Yeah. I mean,
put out more stuff after he died than before he died, right?
Biggie too, Notorious B.I.G. Man,
exactly.
Bigger than he was while he was alive.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
But I don't think you can compare any of these guys to the posthumous output of the Beatles.
It's a fact.
Now you're a musician, okay,
yeah.
And your band must have a tremendous amount of stuff, catalog of stuff, like studio stuff, but at the same time, recorded songs.
That
are not
like I said.
Released.
There's always some stuff that I think the band's working on their 7th album now.
Okay.
But there's always stuff that doesn't make it, so it's just like songs that hang back.
So masters are sitting around somewhere, and
there's some recorded tracks that.
And they're going to be incredibly valuable when and if the band ever splits up, because 3, 4, 5 years later, you put out stuff that was
you put something out, or
and the more technology that comes out, the more they can do with it.
Well, that's what's crazy about dude, Jimi Hendrix. That guy's been dead since what, 70?
I think 1870.
puts out a new album every year.
It's amazing.
I think his sister owned his vault of whatever his stuff, and just new tracks
constantly
all the time.
He's putting out more stuff than Jimmy Buffett, who's still alive. And the thing is, they found tracks of things that like John Lennon was just sitting and screwing around with, recording on the piano, this or that, and then make it into a full blown song. Mm-hmm. And when they released the anthology in the 90s, it was all snippets of this and remakes of that and re-recordings of that. But the two songs, Real Love and Free as a Bird, were completely new Beatles songs.
Yeah.
Because they took the Lennon, tracks that they had, and they added in with the other three that were still alive.
They're doing, a lot of bands are doing that. Pink Floyd's newest album that came out last year was stuff they recorded 20 years ago. And one of the guys is dead now.
Yeah, right.
And then they just picked it back up and then pieced it together, and there you go, a new album.
And not only is there more material than you ever thought there was, and probably, just hours and hours and hours of stuff that we haven't heard yet. I was kind of surprised that the anthology series stopped at 3. I was thinking it'd be 4, 5, and 6, because there's got to be so much stuff.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is that there's also so much video. Yeah. There's film and video. And this week, Ron Howard released a new movie, which people were talking about. I know that here on Poker 96.7 at the Beatles lunch earlier today, they talked about the movie.
Yeah, it's a big deal, man. Ron Howard, he's a big director behind that, and he's got Ringo and Paul with him.
And that's just really a compilation of stuff. I mean, he did a couple little snippets of interviews, but for the most part, it was just put some stuff.
It was all actual footage
stuff together. Yeah. What was cool is that I didn't realize, and I've always been a Beatle fan, not a crazy Beatle fan, but my first 45 I ever owned was "I Want to Hold Your Hand."
Okay.
Not in Spanish, but I remember it was backed with.
It was a B-side on that.
There was the B-side was. She was just 17. I'm blanking, but
I couldn't dance with Saw
her standing there. That's it. Oh God!
I had to sing it, man. I had to get there.
It was like a double senior moment. The two of us. I saw her standing there. Was the back, and I still have it somewhere. But I remember the yellow and the orange were on the Capitol 45s. But I'm still surprised at how much I either didn't know or never saw. And they really didn't do a lot of touring over the life of the band.
It was like 2-3 years total.
Total, right. Total. That's the thing. They did for about a year and a half, got burnt out, went back to their thing, and then came back about 3 years later and did a world tour.
Yeah, the whole band's career was just about 3 years total of touring.
And you know what? The reason why...
It's too crazy.
They were burned out.
I don't blame them one bit, especially after seeing that movie.
When
Stuff's ridiculous. Like that's
when they talked about the Shea Stadium concert.
Oh, yeah.
In '65, and
Yeah.
they couldn't. They said nobody could hear us.
no. They were playing over the PA that they announced baseball games with.
Exactly. There was no,
Awful.
and there were no monitors, so they couldn't
No.
hear each other. It's funny to hear Ringo talking about he can only keep time from with the
watching-
drums by watching the guy's butts in front of him.
Yeah,
and
watching Paul McCartney
John's
shake
ass
his head and stuff.
Yeah.
yeah.
So interesting stuff. But there's always like every couple of years there's a Beatles resurgence.
Well, yeah.
People
I
talk
mean,
about it again.
because it seems to be because all right. First of all, number one, it's always going to make money. Beatlemania is never going to die,
Right.
And the rights always seem to pass ownership. Like somebody else with billions of dollars
Yeah.
ends up buying the rights, and then that's when it comes back because they go, all right, now that I own this, let's put out another reissue. And, it gets people to buy the same songs over and over again because they put it out in a different format, different way, or
Yeah.
little collector's edition or something like that.
Well, it's interesting. You bring up the ownership. Didn't Michael Jackson buy the whole catalog?
Michael Jackson owned them.
So now who owns them?
I think Apple owns it.
Really?
Yeah. Because they did make a big deal about like Apple, like iTunes now has Beatles or whatever. And
Do any of the Beatles themselves or their estates have a part of Apple?
I don't know.
I
Who
wonder-
knows, man?
I
Paul
wonder what the
McCartney's got his hand in
connection
a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he does. That's interesting. It's a good question. I'll have to look that up. It's funny. The other day, somebody said to me, and this was before I would even talking about the Beatles or whatever. I had a patient that was talking about the upcoming debate, presidential debate.
Yeah, awesome.
And it's one of these little ironic things that you look up. I don't know if it's coincidental or ironic, but he actually he said he was driving home from work because he commutes.
Yeah.
And he was coming to my office and he heard the song "Nowhere Man"
Okay.
on the radio, the Beatles song. And he said, I was listening to the words, he said, and this guy doesn't like Donald Trump at all. And he said, it reminded me of Donald Trump. He's a nowhere man living in a nowhere land. He doesn't have a clue. He doesn't know what's going on. And I thought that was funny. But when he left, I remember that I loved the movie Yellow Submarine when I was a kid.
Yeah, that scared me when I was a kid for some reason.
Well, there's a lot of weird kind of
The
stuff
blue
going on
meanies
there.
and all
Yeah,
that,
exactly.
man, that hand flying around.
If right to the nose.
Yeah.
To the, now the thing is that there was a character, the Nowhere Man in that movie that they met up with, and the name of the character. You ready for this?
What's this?
Jeremy Hillary Boob. His actual name is Hillary, and
Are
he
you
actually got to
serious?
saying that he reminded him of the Nowhere Man, whose name is Hillary.
Oh, check this out. My good friend Ken Jose, who I grew up with back in school, back in Long Island.
Yeah.
He tells us that McCartney owns the rights and leased them exclusively to Apple for streaming and reissuing on for
Really?
downloading. Yeah.
Wow, that's big.
Yeah,
that's
man.
big stuff.
Yeah, that's huge.
And as usual, Ringo gets a crumb or two, I'm sure.
A crumb.
A crumb. What can I tell you? Living
He-
is easy with eyes closed.
He was in the right place at the right time, man.
Yeah. And
sure.
You know what? Somebody, Pete Best wrote a book about. It touched. It was. I didn't read it, but I'm told it touched on his skirt with fame with the Beatles. But hey, you know what? Everything happens. There's how many people that could have invested in Apple when it was new, or could have invested in Google and they didn't.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody!
Like Forrest Gump.
There's always people that are going to miss the train when Forrest Gump. Oh man! So, but the Beatles stuff was pretty cool. Did you say you told me you had something about the song "I Want to Hold Your Hand" or the Spanish?
No, I was just going to say, okay, we were listening to that, and I was just thinking, and we've talked about music on the show before, and you were always saying how you're a lyric guy.
Right.
And I'm not. Like, I'm a music guy first.
Mm-hmm.
That proves it right there. Because all right, I know the song, okay? But even if I didn't, I could still sit there and be like, this is a catchy tune, and I don't know a word they're saying.
Well, I'm
You know what I mean? Like-
I'm a lyric guy because I've always been into poetry and I like sentiment.
Right.
But if it's a melody that catches me, then because I love bubblegum music, so if it's a melody that catches me, then then the music comes first to me.
Because that's what I'm saying. I mean, even the fact that, like, you know, touring around the world and stuff like that, and music gets played in front of all these different countries, and they might be singing along to your stuff, but they don't know you might not even know what you're saying. You know what I mean?
Well, that's absolutely true.
Like,
well, you know, because you toured with the band in Europe,
right?
And when you sing,
they're singing along every word. But they also in Europe, they also speak very good English in most places.
Yeah, but I wonder how many of them don't understand what you're saying, but they're just doing it phonetically.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Because like I've had some Japanese bands that I've listened to, and where I'm singing along just because you start catching it. You know what I mean? But I still don't know what they're saying, but you say it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but we don't do that as much in America. In America, we, when we listen to foreign music, like...
But I'm just saying, that's all I'm saying is that, like, that's where my argument is that music comes first is in a situation like that. Like, you still don't even know what the hell they're saying.
Well,
but
music is the international language.
It's catchy,
right.
You know what I mean?
It's the international language because it's music.
Because it's music,
it doesn't need a language to be...
Right.
There's no translation. A sharp is A sharp.
Yeah. That's why I always said, like, when a lot of people are like, oh, no, I'm into music for the words. It's like, yeah, but if you didn't like the way the music sounded, you'd shut it off before you heard anybody say anything.
Well,
But
they're saying that, but that's, that's...
But yeah, that's just what I was feeling when I heard that Spanish Beatles, because whether you know what they're saying or not, 90% of people are getting down to that because the Beatles were catchy.
Absolutely. There are some songs people like because no matter what they say, because of the music, and some because of the lyrics.
Now, as far as I'm concerned, that's a different story. I have a love-hate thing for those guys. But that's okay.
but you're a freak when it comes to this stuff because pop culture, there's some stuff that you're so passionate about, which is very, very, very popular. And then there's some stuff which is very, very, very popular, which you're like, eh.
Well,
most of the time, when people like really, really popular stuff, they ride the waves of most of those things.
Yeah, like I like some of the Beatles stuff, but I don't see the big deal where it's that big. Like that movie, like the mania of the Beatles is insane, man. Like
it's just because it was so different. It was so.
But I mean, even to this day, like true Beatles fans are die hard, till the day they're in the ground. They're hardcore Beatles fans.
Well, that's because they've listened to it their whole life. But if you go back to the early 60s, the young people glommed onto the Beatles because they were sick and tired of listening to stuff that bored the hell out of them.
Right.
There wasn't anything like that. The 50s.
You had the 50s rock and roll. They were like the first thing after, but they were also, I understand too, they were the first thing out of the country coming around. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like it was fascinating that, they were coming from a different land. But
you know what? It's funny you mention that because the very first song that was ever played on, what did I hear the other day? It was a Beatles song that first displaced the Singing Nun.
The Singing Nun,
which was actually in French. It was an international song, and it actually. Not that it displaced that out of number one because I believe that was a Bobby Vinton song.
Bobby Vinton.
Yeah, but the Singing Nun was in some spot on the Billboard charts, and the first Beatles song came in and knocked it out, and that was. But it was interesting because it was another international song.
Yeah.
I want to take a break for a second.
Yeah.
And then I want to come back and talk about a couple of things that interested me this week.
Sure.
All right. Let's talk really quickly about Thai Orchid, my favorite sponsor. Down on the corner of 9th Street and Sarah Street in Stroudsburg, Thai Orchid is serving the most incredible Thai food. It's not even different than other types of Asian food. It's different than other types of Thai food that you've had because it's authentic.
It's special.
There's no fusion. They're not combining Thai food with other stuff. You're not going to find, a Thai taco. You're not going to find Thai.
I would like that though.
Thai, you might, but get,
you might, Rabbit. You might
stick with the authentic stuff to really get. Thai Orchid. You're getting what you would get if you were in Thailand, and believe me, I can vouch for that. So stop by, check out Thai Orchid in the corner of 9th Street and Sarah Street. Give them a call, 570-421-1717, and tell them you heard about them from us inside Dr. Herman's head. Back in a minute.
First graders programming robots? Parent Amanda Showers.
She's like, Mom, the robots that we use in school, you hook it up on the iPad and we type stuff in and it does what we tell it to do.
Teacher Tiffany Hogg.
The curiosity, I think, is important because if they're curious about something, they want to learn more. Success starts here in my classroom. My daughter's success starts here.
To learn more about today's public schools, go to successstartshere.org. Sponsored by the Pennsylvania School Boards Association.
First Sergeant Aaron Tippett has been in the Army for 17 years and served multiple tours of duty in Iraq.
After returning from deployment, my friends and family noticed a significant difference in me, both mentally and socially. With their encouragement and support, I sought help for my invisible wounds and learned to cope with them effectively. I encourage any warrior coping with psychological health concerns to seek the care support they need.
Resources are available and they work. Visit realwarriors.net or confidentially call 866-966-1020.
You're listening to Inside Dr. Herman's Head every Sunday night starting at 7 o'clock right here on Pocono 96.7. And now, back to the good doctor.
Okay, we're good. We are back inside Dr. Herman's Head. Pocono 96.7 and 97.3. I made a trip this week, as I do usually at least once every week and a half or 2 weeks, to one of my favorite places, the Chinese buffet.
It's been a while for me.
Has it?
Yeah, it's been a while.
I like the Chinese buffet for one main reason lately, and that's that it's an inexpensive place to go for lunch, where I can actually eat relatively low carb, and control myself, and it's not expensive.
Right.
So I can have lots of fruit, and I can have a salad. They have salad there, and stick with mostly vegetables or some proteins. That not too bad. As a matter of fact, I think I even told the story once. I don't know if I told you or if I mentioned it on the air, but the time that I went in and had fruit to start with, and the kid immediately brought me the check.
Yeah, right away.
He thought it was done.
Yeah, that's dessert, man.
So I went in and I was sitting there this one day, and I finally realized that the Chinese buffet is to restaurants what Walmart is to shopping. From the moment you walk into the average Chinese buffet, it's like being in Walmart.
I never thought of it like that. I have a different theory, but go ahead.
I just maybe not as much, not completely, not at all, but not as much of the people that work there. Okay, sometimes, but the people that are eating there have the same manners as the people who who shop in Walmart.
All right, I got you on that.
Okay. Now, you remember I told you the story about the guy with the
phone?
With the phone?
Yeah.
Okay. Just to revisit that for a second, the guy wouldn't put his phone down.
Yeah.
He was getting crab legs, and the phone fell into the butter. Okay.
Yeah, that's great.
It deep sixed into the butter, and I lost my mind. I was so happy. It was and that's one of the main peeves I have about these restaurants is that, and it's not only the Chinese buffets, but it's more there than anywhere else. When you go into a restaurant, any restaurant, there is no shortage of people that are on their phones while they're eating.
No, that's the way it is now.
And loudly.
Yeah.
Okay. And actually, once or twice, I've actually sat back to back with somebody on my phone while it was off, and answered what they were saying on their phone really loud, and they don't have a clue. A clue. So this time, I saw a couple of phone instances that were just phenomenal. One of them was a woman that was sitting at the table with somebody else, and she was on the phone talking loudly and obnoxiously, but chewing and eating at the same time. And then she started choking because she was speaking and eating at the same time, which you're not really designed to do. And she wouldn't stop speaking
while choking.
She's but I think but maybe and the choking was making her louder than she was when she was speaking.
Yeah, no doubt.
So everybody had to be entertained by her discussion and her conversation to start with. Now it's even louder. The food's being spit all over the table on the person she's sitting with.
Oh my God!
And but she will not stop. Take a drink, hang up, stop talking.
Yeah,
she got to get this story out, which I thought was amazing. Absolutely amazing.
It's a good people watching experience. Just like that. That's why I do agree with you. But as far as the Walmart aspect goes, maybe there should be, because how there's that website, the people of Walmart.
Oh yeah.
Maybe there should be the people of the China buffet.
You know what
I mean?
It would be great. There would be
Why
no
not?
shortage of things to put up there. If
Why
I was a
not?
little more tech savvy, I might do it.
My thoughts on the China buffet, not so much the China buffets. Well, some of them, the ones we have around here aren't really like this, but some of them, you know how you walk in one door and you leave out of another?
Oh yeah.
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 You leave it. That's when I just feel like cattle.
Oh sure.
You know what I mean? You walk in, you pay, you grab your plate, you go to the troughs, you eat, and you go out the back. You know?
It's been a while since I was in a restaurant like that, but I remember the older, like the Ponderosas and things
Ponderosa,
like that.
man, yeah.
Which was really deplorable. I mean, the food was so bad.
You used to hit that up for like birthdays back in the day and everything.
You know, you can have a whole steak dinner for $5.99.
Yeah.
But they're really hoping that you just fill up on the hush puppies.
Yeah, it was a bad deal.
Yeah, and I lived in South Carolina, and those buffets are 10 times worse than South Carolina because they're 10 times more popular.
Yeah.
Down in the South, people love those
Hush
things.
puppies and fried okra.
Ooh, God. And taters, man. They got taters 8 ways.
Taters.
Everything's fried in the same way at the same time. It's all, these taters smell like chicken. There's a reason for that.
Yeah, cornbread stuffing next to the hush puppies, next to the fried okra, next to the taters.
Man.
Carb central. But hey, whatever, man. This is a fat guy talking, so I'm not complaining. But
speaking about from one fat guy to the next, I am convinced that booths are made for skinny people who want to have a romantic evening.
Well, they are, man. I can't do them
Other than that,
unless the table moves.
I walk into a restaurant. And even if the table moves, because if they don't have enough space, it doesn't matter if you push the table away. There's not going to be enough room for the person sitting across from you.
I've done it, but yeah.
I don't want to have to do it though.
Yeah.
I've had a couple of places where the woman says, "Would you want a table or a booth?" And they just kind of look at her sideways. I was like, "Come on, really?"
Yeah.
But
most of the time, I don't even ask. Like they should just look and know.
It's very obvious, Yeah. Also, another thing, which is kind of like when I talked about those people tripping over the old man tying the shoe last week in the theater.
Man, that's awful.
Older people can't slide across a booth.
Right. Yeah.
And so people say, well, we'll just put them on the outside. But then if you have to get up, especially at a buffet, you have to go to the bathroom, you're inconveniencing these old people. Tables with chairs.
Tables with chairs.
How many people have booths in their house?
Yeah, and you know what people used to?
Well,
back
the 70s.
Back in the 70s, you had that thing you had to go
vinyl,
around
right.
the table or whatever.
And they don't anymore. You know why? It's not convenient. It doesn't
sucked.
work.
Yeah. You want this?
Yeah, let's take a call. Go ahead. Welcome to Inside Dr. Herman's Head. I'm poking on 96.7. Who's on the phone?
Jeff from Bartonville.
Hey, Jeff.
JFB.
How's it going, my man?
Hey.
What's up?
It wouldn't be a Sunday night without you guys.
And without you, Jeff.
Yes.
What's on your mind, my man?
Hey, listen. You were talking about the Beatles.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I have the original album, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Heart Club Band.
You know what? Picked as the number one album of the rock and roll era all the time. It's number one.
Yep. Yeah, that's a classic.
You have an original pressing?
It's in the plastic that I bought it from.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Wow.
I don't know, how much could that be worth? Hundreds?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. I mean, if it's in like mint condition, yeah.
Oh, it's mint condition.
Because I mean, I've seen originals before that are still around, but I mean, if it's like cherry, I'm not sure, man. That could be worth a couple bucks,
there's I remember.
I wouldn't take it to what is that on Main Street, jukebox music place. Because they only give you $1 for a record.
Nah, yeah, but not that though, man. I mean, I don't know.
Nah, that you can at least $4 or $5.
This would have to be on eBay or something like that,
Yeah, but there's no shortage of websites, so you can find out what it goes for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can always check eBay and see what the average is,
Yeah.
That's cool. Cool stuff, Jeff.
Yep.
Hey, man, have a great weekend.
So, hey, listen.
Yes, sir.
Where the hell was Gary on Friday?
I don't know.
I have no idea, but
know.
they were playing the greatest hits. He wasn't here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I know.
Maybe he needed a day off.
But you know what I heard?
What's that?
I heard you, Dr. Herman. You were telling about that movie that you saw.
Oh, the swimmer.
The swimmer.
Have you ever seen the movie?
Going from pool to pool.
For Lancaster, you still got to check that movie out, Jeff. It's a great movie.
I haven't seen it.
Maybe someday we'll have a Inside Dr. Herman's Head movie screening, and we'll show the swimmer over at
I'll check
Public
it out.
Theater. Hey, Jeff, have a great weekend, man. Thanks for calling.
All right. Have a good day.
Catch you
All right,
later,
you
my
too.
man. Yeah, you know what? I just to step, as long as we stepped aside with that, you know what I had for a while, and I don't know what I did with it. I had. Do you remember? You've probably seen enough Beatles memorabilia. There were posters of the Beatles. There was one of each of them done psychedelically.
Yeah.
There was
I
one.
remember that
John
stuff,
it was like light blue pastel. He was holding a dove, and then there was one with the crazy eyes. I had that set of original posters, like the false posters, and at one point they were worth like $100 a piece.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you had those like framed now or something, they're probably...
I don't.
Probably some bucks, man.
I don't.
Yeah, whatever. We all have some stuff where it's like, I wish I hung on to that. Like
baseball cards or whatever. Yeah, absolutely. That your mother threw away. You don't need those anymore.
I don't want to talk about that stuff.
But I do want to go back to my trip to the Chinese restaurant because I saw something else regarding the phone.
Oh, okay.
I made notes while I was there. I came up with at least 20 things that I saw that blew me away. But this one was phenomenal because I love things that have to do with the phone. Because I'm walking around all the time in every store, and I'm driving and looking at other drivers, and the phone. You can't get off the phone. You got to stay on the phone.
You got to be on the phone.
I saw a guy. Now, one of my other big peeves in the Chinese restaurants is that people don't watch their kids. They allow the kids to run, screaming and yelling and running around.
Yeah, that's the place. Is like a playground. It makes no sense. Like any other restaurant, no. But how come the Chinese buffet, it's like free for all in there?
What? In a regular restaurant, would you let your kid wander into the kitchen?
No, I wouldn't.
Because there's hot stuff everywhere. There's burning hot stuff. Towers of plates that can fall and break.
Kids are going in the kitchen?
No, but I'm saying that at the Chinese buffet, they're running around hot plates and hot dishes and with spoons hanging off the edge that if they hit the spoon, the stuff's going to go flying.
Yeah.
Like off a stove. Okay. Well, this one woman, this was... You know, sometimes fate steps in and says, I'm going to take care of this. And this is one of those situations. I was going nuts because this kid was running around screaming, and the mother was not paying attention at all.
Okay.
At all.
Yeah.
She was just sitting, and she was...
That's always great.
She was on her phone having a discussion and didn't care that this 2 or 3 year old was running around all over the restaurant, bothering every waitress and the people trying to fill up the things on the buffet and every other diner and everything. And a man coming back with his plate of food was texting while he was walking.
Come on.
A plate of hot food, and you know the plates are piled high in the buffet.
Oh, they have to be because you never, it could be your last run up there for your.
Get hit by a nuclear torpedo before the plate's over. And he had a plate piled high with everything, of course, from rice to sushi to ice cream,
topped with an egg roll,
everything that doesn't belong,
like the cherry on a sundae.
And he's texting. He trips over the kid.
Yes.
And dumps his plate of food on
the kid.
No.
What? The kid's mom?
The mom.
That's the best part.
It was a banner moment of my life. It was like this just couldn't be more perfectly crafted if Steven Spielberg was directing it. I was glad that
that's awesome. I wish I could have saw that.
It was just amazing. It was because it was right by the kid's table, and the guy trips. He does the kind of whoa, and you're watching it. Where's it gonna go? And he lost his balance, and the whole plate went right down the woman's back. Oh man! And
that must have felt great.
But what did she do?
Yeah, what did she do?
She stood up because this hot food was running down her back.
Scream at the guy?
No. Yelling on the phone.
Oh, see.
Somebody dropped something on me. She's reporting it to somebody else. That food fell on me. And the little kid is just standing there like, what's going on?
And speaking of all this phone stuff, I just saw this like a couple days ago, and it amazed me because, we have a problem with the addiction to distraction these days. Uh-huh. And I've found the exact device to remedy this. I couldn't believe when I saw it. A little box, like a little coffin for your phone. It was called Distract Away, I think it was called.
Uh-huh.
And it's to train people, or like if you have kids with phones, you don't want them to use it or something like that, or like if you're the commercials, like, if you're one of those people that's, addicted to your phone,
right?
You need to go to a meeting. You can't have your phone, but so you put it in there, you close it, and it automatically locks. And then it has a digital timer on the top, and you time it for when you can have your phone back again.
And once it starts, you can't defeat it.
Once it starts, you can't do it until the time's up. You can't get your phone back till the time's up.
That really it shows our inability to control ourselves.
Right. Yeah.
I was I think I may have mentioned I started this about a year ago watching reruns of the Shark Tank, which is an interesting show to me. I'm totally engrossed in this thing. And about a year or two ago, there were these guys that came on, college students, I believe, and they had invented something to try to handle this addiction to the phone. It was what they called it the no phone. I think they called it the no phone.
All right.
And it was a block of wood shaped just like a phone.
Okay.
It's just a piece of wood, but painted black.
Yeah.
And that's all it did. It had no buttons. It had no screen. It had no nothing. And it was like, well, use this instead of using your phone.
The dummy phone.
Yeah. But not only did they sell that for like $10, and they were selling them.
Yeah.
But you could actually pay an extra $2 or $3 for the version with the selfie camera in it.
A block of wood with a camera.
Well, no, it didn't have the camera though.
Oh.
They just got another $3 out of people who said, quotes that there's a camera in it, and it was the same block of wood. So I don't know, and of course it was just I don't remember if they got
that makes no sense. What is it supposed to do? Just make you feel like you got your phone on you, but you can't use it?
Yeah. But that's what we come to. It's the same thing as the box. It's the same thing as the box that takes it away from you.
It's a better idea than the block of wood.
I was thinking on the way over here tonight when I saw somebody ahead of me driving 16 miles an hour on the highway because they were on their phone.
Yeah.
Thinking to myself, why can't we make it so that when you are within a proximity of a car, your phone is disabled?
Oh, who knows? That might be the deal soon. I mean, that's why, especially brand new cars now have all that stuff like built into the dash now, so you don't have to use your phone. You can make a call right from the dash.
But that's not better. You see, it's not better. They tell you all this stuff, but because you still have to take your eyes off the screen, you're going to be distracted.
Yeah, but that's just like changing the radio.
I know, but that's the thing. When they made texting illegal, it was the stupidest thing because there's no shortage of things that are built into the car designed to take your to distract you.
That's why, like, talking on the phone, if you're holding it to your head, I don't understand why that's against the law when you can have someone sitting in the passenger seat, you're talking to them.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
You can hold the phone in your head. You have another hand to hold the thing if you have two hands.
Right.
And you can, at least you're looking ahead.
Right, exactly.
Using a headphone or a Bluetooth, you still have to look away to dial.
You do.
Or to hang up. Or you have to look at to change the climate control of the car, make it warmer or cooler.
Yeah.
Or sometimes people don't, if they're not familiar with the car, you have to look down to find the horn.
The dashboard's full of distractions for driving. Let's see what
the car is full of distractions, so I don't know. That drives me crazy. Welcome to Pocono 96.7 inside Dr. Herman's head. What's in your head?
Well, I'm listening to you talk about cell phone annoyances and the perfect gadget. They're illegal, but you can get them from China, and it's a cell phone blocker.
Okay.
You walk up behind the person that's talking on the cell phone and push that button, and they're going, hello, 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 and
really?
It drops the call. Yeah. Oh, it's most fun.
Did you say that was illegal in America?
I ordered it from China. I don't think it's legal in America.
Why?
But if you, I don't know. But if you want to borrow mine, I'll let you use mine. Go out and have some fun with it.
Well, that'd be fun to sit at the Chinese buffet and cut people's signals in the middle of what they're doing.
I would love that.
Exactly.
Who's our caller? What's your name?
Oh, it's funny, Bob.
Bob, thank you for calling, Bob. That sounds like a great idea. You actually, Bob, do you have Facebook, Bob?
Yes, I do.
Could you go to our website and send me a message with the link for that?
Yeah, the Facebook page.
Okay, will do.
Really appreciate that because I would love. How much did you pay for that?
Oh, I think it was about $20 $27 or $28.
The best,
which was a lot for a thing from China.
You're right. Oh man, well, thanks a lot, Bob. I appreciate that.
Okay.
That sounds very intriguing.
Right.
Have a great night.
Bye-bye.
I'm.
That's pretty cool.
He brought up something that made me think of something. Last night I was on the internet because I'm going to Thailand again in.
Oh, really?
In November, yeah. I'm going to
nice.
be gone for 2.5 weeks, and this time we're stopping in China on the way instead of Japan.
Okay.
And I was looking up some things to do during the time we're going to be stopped in China.
Yeah.
And I said to Terry, my wife, I said, "Do you realize when everything's made in China?"
Yeah.
She says, "Yeah." She says, "I said just like America." when I get off the plane in China, I expect it to look just like America.
Yeah, you're gonna feel at home.
Everything's made in China.
McDonald's, Coca-Cola.
Exactly.
You're gonna be right at home.
My quest for the 17 hours I'm going to be in China is to find one thing there made in America.
Yeah.
Not going to happen.
I don't know.
Oh,
You'd be
man.
surprised. Who knows? Maybe there's that one little gift shop thing that we make that we send over there.
Yeah, right. Come and buy all the American stuff.
Yeah.
It's very, very expensive.
Yeah. Buy a refrigerator magnet that says "Welcome to China" and it's made here.
That would be phenomenal. If I found that, I'm going to buy one for Bob. Something else I noticed at the Chinese restaurant.
What's this?
They have a salad out there, which is very nice.
Yeah,
I appreciate that. I'm not big. I never was big on salad at a buffet, which is why I grew to the size that I do. But now I eat salad at the buffet. Where is the Chinese dressing? Have you ever heard of Chinese dressing?
No, but...
No Chinese dressing?
No.
There's dressing named for or invented in almost every country you can think of, but not Chinese.
Yeah, but what about the Mongolian place? Don't they have that?
That's a Japanese, but that's
Japanese.
It's a ginger dressing.
Yeah.
And I love that stuff.
Yeah, that
I buy it
stuff's
by
good.
the quart. But you can't find Chinese dressing. And I don't even know what it would taste like. But I'm thinking at a Chinese restaurant, you're going to have...
Chinese dressing is soy sauce, man. You just put it on everything, salt everything up. There you go.
And a little hot mustard.
That's it. Duck sauce, Chinese dressing.
It's interesting. I'm going to ask them Sunday, you have any Chinese dressing? What do they put on their dressing? They put French ranch?
They're going to be like, yeah, the ranch is right there. Go on.
It's from a Chinese ranch. I did see one woman, which is something I've never seen before.
Okay.
The lady was with a kid.
Okay.
Who was about 1.5 years old, who I don't think should be taken to a restaurant. That's my personal... I don't think kids that young should be taken to restaurants. And the child was sitting in a high chair, screaming her guts out.
Yeah.
She was unhappy about something.
Yeah.
And the woman was absolutely ignoring her. This particular woman was not on her phone. She just didn't want to acknowledge this child's needs.
She's just, yeah.
Yelling and screaming. I don't know,
Just had it.
She had it, and she was going to let everybody else in the restaurant deal with it. So she was yelling and screaming, and somebody it reminds me of the TV show, What Would You Do? Okay?
Yeah.
Somebody, after about 15 minutes of this, which is a long time,
Yeah.
one of the other the patrons passed by the table and said to her, "This has been a very long time. Do you think you could please do something about your child's yelling?" And you know what this woman said? Loud as the child, so everybody could hear.
Yeah.
"Who the hell do you think you are telling me how to parent?" I wrote this down. "This is America. I can bother and inconvenience as many people as I want to."
Sounds like Walter from The Big Lebowski.
Right? Yeah. I didn't think about that. I can do whatever I want. This is a free country.
I didn't have buddies die face down in the mud.
Just right, so that you could. Oh man!
So you can enjoy this family restaurant.
That's great. Oh man! You know what? And I wouldn't even know where to start that argument. Where to how do you?
I mean, what do you do then? You just okay,
Yeah, I mean. Eventually, you got to. Yeah. Some people need to be kicked out of certain establishments, and if you lose them as a customer, I'm sorry, but that's not what that's not what you're trying to attract.
If you're upsetting the greater percentage of customers, then you gotta go. But what are you gonna do? It's not up to me. I don't own a Chinese restaurant or a child, so
you know what? If you did, I bet you'd have Chinese dressing though.
I probably
would.
You'd
figure it out.
And you know what I would do? It would be. Thousand Island, and then call it Chinese dressing, just like McDonald's calls it special sauce.
And then the Russians have commandeered it too.
Yeah,
that's Russian dressing. Yeah. No, it's not. Yeah, it's Russian, but it's from the Thousand Islands. It is Russian. It's okay.
Yeah,
I think that was Putin made that decision.
People will be like, "No, that's Thousand Island," but no, Chinese dressing.
And
Go ahead.
there was one more that before I go to break, I want to mention.
Oh,
that,
we gotta. You want to talk to somebody?
As soon as the sirens go by.
Let's see what this is.
Yeah, sure. Hello, caller.
Dr. Herman.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Listen, you got 4 great stories that I love.
Thank you, man.
The last one that you just told where the food went down the lady's back.
You should have been there.
That
Jeff.
I would have loved to seen.
You should have been. I wish I had a video of it. It's just incredible. I'm not the kind of person that runs around videotaping the whole world like other people seem to be doing.
Yeah, that would have been a good one,
But
though,
that
man.
would have been great.
Yeah.
That would have gone viral.
The other one is where the guy's in the Chinese buffet and his phone goes into the butter.
The butter was great. The butter was yeah. But Jeff, how about this one? I saw a lady arguing with the Chinese waitress. Now, they don't speak very much English.
No.
Some of them don't speak any English. They just know numbers and the thank you and welcome. They know water and they know tea, right? Hot tea, cold tea.
Right.
I saw a woman arguing with the Chinese waitress that unsweetened tea should cost less than sweetened tea.
Oh, come on.
She said, I'll have unsweetened tea, and her friend had sweet tea, and when the check came, she says, shouldn't mine be cheaper because it doesn't have sugar in it?
Jesus. Can you imagine? Some people got balls, boy.
It's incredible. But
They're no brains.
Hey, you don't even know where to start with these people, and you know, it's entertainment. It's like everything else. When you go to places like this, it's just for the entertainment.
Yeah,
it sure as hell isn't for the dressing.
Yeah.
Hey, Jeff, have a great weekend, man. We're gonna start wrapping things up.
The other story that I love that you tell is about the parrot.
Oh, the parrot, the when the lady went
the
to work.
lady that's ugly.
Did I tell that on Gary's show or on my show?
You told it on Gary's show a couple
Gary's
times.
show, man. I wonder if Elisa put that up there. I have to check out the website and see if that bit is up there.
Yeah.
Hey, Jeff, have a great weekend, man.
All right.
It's good to speak to you. I'll talk to you next week.
Okay.
All right, my man.
Bye-bye.
All right. We having problems? Are we
man.
technical issues?
I mean, we can't go to an official break.
Okay.
So whatever you want
did
to do.
everything go down?
Yeah.
It's all bye-bye?
Yeah.
It's just us?
It's just us.
Okay. Well, I am going to talk about Thai Orchid.
Talk about Thai Orchid because we love them and they pay us.
In Thai, but you know what? At Thai Orchid, you won't run into any of these problems.
Yeah. No, you
because
won't.
they have Thai dressing on their Thai salad, which is killer. They have
Thai dressing.
They have Thai dressing.
See, there you go.
It's Thai dressing.
Chinese people got to get with it.
They charge the same for their sweetened or unsweetened teas, but you know that the teas are.
Oh, that's the best in the world.
They're worth easily double what they charge.
Yeah.
And also, it's rare, not unheard of, but it's rare that you run into somebody speaking so loud on their phone there that you can't eat your food, quietly.
No,
and,
I like it. I mean, it's a small place. I like the vibe, though.
It's great.
Yeah.
It really is. It's not kitschy. It's not overdone. It's authentic food in an authentic type place. So check out Thai Orchid. Tell them how much we love them. They know that, and tell them that's why you're there. 570-421-1717 on the corner of Sarah Street and North 9th Street in Stroudsburg.
Yes. Beautiful Stroudsburg.
So we're not taking a break.
No, let's keep hanging for the next few minutes because, the computer decided to just take everything away.
Really?
So, yep.
Oh, man. Let's see. Oh,
It's
you know
all right.
what?
We're cool.
Oh, you know what?
Happy.
This is interesting. I have a text that came in from Nick.
Oh, really?
From Thai Orchid.
Nice.
He says some restaurants were using cell phone blockers so those dining wouldn't be disturbed.
That's smart.
So they obviously it's available.
Yeah.
Whether it's legal or not, or people would know that they were doing it or not is that. But that's genius.
Yeah, it is.
And
so you enter this restaurant. There's no phone for you.
Maybe no phone for you.
No phone for you.
But, maybe it's the same kind of thing Bob was talking about.
Well, it probably is, just probably on a bigger scale, But
that's great. Like they have the things that take out the smoke from the air.
Yeah.
It can scramble.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's a dead zone for your phone.
Oh my God! That I got to get one for my office. We have signs in the office. Please don't use your phone.
Yeah.
People don't care.
No, people. Yeah.
And the problem is that actually in my office, sometimes I'm using electronic devices on patients that can actually be interfered with, much more than your phone can interfere with a plane while you're on it. But still, people don't care. I actually sometimes have people in the room on certain therapies, laying there for 10 or 15 minutes, talking on their phone.
Yeah.
If I had a scrambler,
you need a big one of those distract away boxes. Make people drop them in there when you.
I really hope Bob sends me that link. I would definitely love to check it out.
Let's see who's here.
All right. Welcome to Inside Dr. Herman's Head. Who's calling?
Hi, this is Mary from Bethlehem.
Hey, Mary.
What?
How's it going?
It's going great, Mary. We've been waiting for your call.
Mary.
How you doing?
What's up?
So you're talking about cell phone blockers.
Yeah.
Another place they need one at every register. Every time someone goes on the register and they're on their phone, they take like 10 times longer. The cashier can't wait on them. It's a mess for everybody.
Oh, that's true, too. Someone's talking on the phone and they're trying to check out at the store or whatever. And then, talking on the phone, trying to get their money out, trying to,
I can't actually think, I've just been thinking about it for 15 seconds, of a single place in public where I have not seen somebody trying to multitask their phone and do something else.
Yeah.
Terrible.
And the thing is like, it baffles me because I don't think I've ever done that. Like.
Well, I try not to. Listen, an emergency is an emergency, but you have to step off to the side.
Yeah.
How about in a movie theater? People speaking. You've seen people in a movie theater.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, that's the worst.
Walk out.
Yeah.
Walk out, make your phone call, take it, or text back. I'm in a movie.
Yep. Yeah. I'm not talking on the phone with other people around me. That's the thing. I always save like a call for when I'm in a spot where it's just me. But yeah.
Yep, I'm the same way.
Yeah, a text, that's one thing. Like you said, the theater or something like that. It's like, I forgot to shut my phone off. Let this guy know. I'll talk to him later. And that's it.
Well, that speaks to another issue, about another side to the same issue. Why do you want other people to hear your calls?
Well, there's that. Plus, it's just common courtesy, I think, which people don't have anymore either. Like, I'm annoying all these people, and they know it. You know what I mean? Or they don't. Is that the thing that people just don't know these days? I don't know.
You know what? The funny thing is, there's two kinds of calls. There's the calls that nobody would even care about what you're talking about anyway because it's mundane garbage.
Yeah.
Or it's really, really
private,
and it shouldn't be yelled at anyway.
You're shouting because you're in public and you have background noise, so you're shouting even louder.
Mary, I don't know how old you are. I'm not going to ask you because we don't do that to ladies on the show. But do you remember a time? You don't sound old enough to remember a time before cell phones, do you?
No, but I remember when they first came out and nobody had one, so everyone had to talk to each other everywhere they went.
But remember how crazy it was when somebody was using one? Ooh, they have a phone.
Yeah.
A cell phone. It's so weird. I actually am old enough to remember before cordless phones.
Yeah, me too.
I remember seeing somebody in an apartment building.
Cordless house phone.
Somebody, my uncle actually, who lived in an apartment building in New York City on York Avenue, which is right next to Park Avenue, and his apartment was on the 7th floor. And he was outside walking his dog down on the sidewalk, talking on a cordless phone.
Yeah, and it was like, whoa, what are you doing?
I'm like, what is this? He says, I'm on the phone. I'm like, what are you talking about? And it was a handset, a massive handset with no cord.
Yeah.
And
big antenna hanging off, though?
Yeah, giant antenna. They pulled it out about 3 feet long.
Yeah, big radio antenna.
And he's walking his dog, and we pulled up and said, hey, good morning, how's it going? What are you doing? He says, I'm talking on the phone. And he was like he had just bought a new Bugatti.
Wow.
He was so happy. But not even that. Can you imagine a time where when you're away from your house, people can't get a hold of you?
Yeah, that's true. Well, you had to wait. Or you had to go to a pay phone, which doesn't even exist anymore. Because
but that's you calling them.
That's you calling them.
If somebody's trying to catch you when you're out driving around or walking around, too bad.
No, too bad. Answering machine.
And there wasn't in between. Remember what came in between?
Pagers,
beepers.
Well, that's what I was just going to say, because I was one of those cool guys in high school with a pager.
Well, way before you got a pager, they were only for like
doctors,
police, doctors,
and fire departments, and
exactly.
Yeah.
And then the drug dealers got them.
Hey, shut up, man! That wasn't me.
I'm not. No accusations here. We don't judge people here on the show.
Thanks for calling, Mary.
Yeah, of course.
Thanks a lot,
Have a good night, guys.
Have a great weekend.
Right. Later.
Yep.
So, I remember that. And I remember, I remember coming home and said, well, where were you? I had no idea where you were. I have no way to get a hold of you. You know, and now if you have your phone dies or you forgot your phone, people are angry at you.
Yeah.
How could you let that happen? I have to be able to talk to you and tell you what was on TV. I have to be able to, you know, I would venture to say, if I had to guess, 90+% of phone calls to cell phones are absolute garbage. I mean, when you're out, you're about doing this, you know?
But yeah, I've also heard, too, like, it's also made people more nervous and scared, the fact you forgot your phone. Like, oh, my God, what if something happened to you and I wasn't able to get in touch with you? And what if you got in an accident? And, like, well, what about 30 years ago if we would have gotten in an accident?
We weren't as concerned then.
Yeah.
Well, you know why they're more concerned now, right?
Why is this?
Because people have cell phones.
Of course.
It's a cycle you can't break. I was more concerned about you now than I would have been 30 years ago because I know you're out there driving on a cell phone and walking on the cell phone. I was concerned maybe you have some roast pork lo mein down your back. So,
oh, man.
Crazy stuff. We got ourselves into a crazy cycle.
We have.
But we're crazy people, and that's the way it goes. Do we have one more before the end of the night?
Before we leave.
All right, let's take another call. Who's on Inside Dr. Herman's Head? Poker 96.7.
Hey, Doc. It's me again.
Me again.
JFB.
Jeff.
What's up, Jeff?
Do you remember having party lines?
That actually was before my time, but it happened occasionally where it would get crossed over. But
I lived in upstate New York, Lake George. I was born and raised there.
Right.
I love it.
And we had to wait for the neighbor to get off the phone so that we could use the phone.
Yeah, because putting in phone lines was so expensive that they had to have party lines. It was it's nuts. And now every household. Remember, every household used to have a TV and a phone.
Right.
Then every household had 4 or 5 TVs.
Yeah.
Now every household has 4 or 5 phones.
Yeah.
Yeah, but all those phones, one in each room, was all on one landline.
All on one line, yeah.
Now you can have a family of 5 that has 5 or more cell phone numbers.
Yeah.
You know, it's really, really bizarre how things, change or whatever. And now, how many things can you not do?
How many elderly people I see with cell phones?
Yeah, it's
everyone's got to have one now.
It's phenomenal.
And they don't know how to use them half the time. Yeah. But an elderly person with a smartphone is dangerous.
Yeah.
Dangerous.
I know.
So you better stop right there.
Yeah.
Stop right there because there's somebody listening more than Jeff.
I know.
So, hey, Jeff, have a good weekend, man. We're going to sign off.
All right.
You know what? It's true with the phones, but one of the things that I think is wrong, and I understand people are trying to save money, is that they're using their cell phones as their only phone. They don't have a landline.
Yeah.
The problem is if your cell phone dies and you have a power outage and you can't charge it, you're screwed for emergencies.
Yeah.
So I'm not a big fan of that. I have a landline. I also have my DSL coming through my landline, but still, I would always have a landline because it's a way for emergency. You can still people get a hold of you.
You know what we're gonna do?
Tell me. Oh.
I don't care, man. This is my go-to.
Soft and creamy.
This is my go-to jam for us.
Mr. Acker Bilk.
I'm telling you, it's padded walls and.
Hey, I'm never going to stand between you and a padded wall. Well, this was a very fun episode. Yes. I enjoyed tonight. Thank you so much to the callers that we had that haven't called before. Thank you to Bob and Mary and Jeff. Let's see. We don't have any more contests going on right now. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll do another contest sometime soon. I don't know if people deserve it or not.
We'll come up with something.
We'll do something. Want to remind people to listen to Gary in the morning, weekdays at 5:30 a.m. for local weather and traffic and news and sports and guests and craziness. To join us every Sunday night here at 7 o'clock for Inside Dr. Herman's Head on Pocono 96.7 and 97.3. Also at the Pocono967.com website, and best of all, on the go with the Pocono 96.7 app.
It's all about that app, man.
Or smartphone. That's right. If you're an older person with a smartphone, that's a good reason to use it.
Yes.
Go to our Facebook page to like us and comment on the show and for extra cool stuff. Check out our old installments of the show on YouTube. They're all up there, and this one will be up there by tomorrow because now I know what I'm doing, and I can do it. I can do an episode in less than 2 days. I want to thank my big brother and my little brother at the same time. Big Show.
Yes.
Thank you, my man.
Thank you.
And hey, everybody, don't forget, when it all gets to be too much, count to 10, take a deep breath, and remember, it's getting better all the time.
Yes. Peace out.